Zoom. Okay, welcome everybody. It is not Kent today. Kent is getting a jab in the arm, and I am just going to be here running the meeting. We will start as normal, speaking to Eric. So Eric, let us know what updates you have on your side.
Thanks, Kevin. Hi, everyone. Good seeing everyone. The team continues to collaborate really well, so you'll be getting individual updates from everybody in a few minutes. But in terms of the main effort that I think everybody knows is underway surrounding taking the ExO's token to market, a lot of great tech work happening on the back end. Again, you'll get some more details on that coming up. The core team related to the tech work will be meeting now on a regular basis, weekly it looks like, and to just kind of do a little bit of a stand-up and check in and make sure everybody's on the same path, which has been great. So I just want to thank the team for all their efforts there. From a core treasury standpoint, that team continues to work lots of issues and resolving projects or proposals that have gotten accepted on Sway. We are currently working with one of the community members on getting her wallet straightened out, and we just continue to do that. Lots of Sway proposals are coming in, they're being funded, and so that's an ongoing process. The Treasury now is meeting weekly as well, and they've moved it to Wednesdays. Other than that, just really great work all around. So I just want to thank everybody for their efforts, and we'll turn it over to Nikki if she's ready for her marketing updates.
Before we head over to Nikki, Eric, I know that the Treasury met last week with a proposal. We came up pretty much with a proposal for the Sway proposals at different amounts of ExOs. Do you want to share that and get any objections to what we decided?
Sure. I don't have my notes. Sure. I don't exactly have my notes in front of me, Kevin, so I may need you to fill in a little bit. But just so folks know, the Treasury had a number of items that we tried to get through last week. One was just changes in voting in Sway for proposals for large ExOs asks over 50,000 ExOs, over 100,000 ExOs, etc. So what I believe we came up with was kind of a two-tiered approach, and we're trying to work with Sway, of course, and their limited functionality. So there'll be a certain amount of votes for Sway proposal ExOs asks of less than 50,000 ExOs, and then there'll be a slightly different mechanism for ones with 50,000 ExOs or greater.
Yes. So the idea is that those proposals that are over 50,000 ExOs, require more votes, require more comments on the Sway proposal, so we can be more rigorous. Actually, on the ambassador chat, someone asked whether there are any guidelines on how to determine how you are voting, which we actually don't have, and I think it's something we should look at, not to become draconian, but to have have a guide for why someone is voting for a proposal. Perhaps someone's like, oh, I know Angelo and his proposals to use ExOs to I don't know, club seals. That's not a proposal that we would want to approve, but oh, I know Angelo, I'm just going to approve it, right? So asking for a little bit more guidelines, but ultimately we want things to be sort of fair, but also make sense that those people who are asking for much larger amounts are getting more scrutinization, if I'm making sense. So are there any questions on that, or any comments, or anyone saying that sounds like a bad idea? As Kent always says, we rather go for objections. If you object, then we'll not do it. Otherwise, it's good to go. I saw a few thumbs up.
I have some question, Kevin. May I ask you something related to that type of voters? Because at the moment, it's quite simple to use the platform, but after that, that kind of vote, considering that restriction, will be at the same platform or will be another platform?
No, so So the idea would be when you start your sway proposal, it'll say, on the document that sends you to sway, it'll say if you're looking for less than 50,000, use this proposal, this challenge. If you're looking for more, use this challenge. So it'll be sway, but it'll just be a different challenge, one which will have more votes required, etc., etc. So it'll be no different from the community point of view. For them, it'll be identical.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, perfect, awesome. Okay, great. So we had a thumbs up and no objections. So Nikki, so we're going to say yes for that. We'll finalize all the details and then make that much clearer for next week to share. Nikki, over to you.
Okay, thank you. Today is town hall number 7 out of 8, and we've got a special guest, Anu Bardwaj, and she is literally the mastermind behind bringing crypto and blockchain to women, children, and third world economies. She's done some amazing things and just got a contract with the UN to be bringing this to the world. And so just show up today if you can at all. She will be there in the first portion of the show. And we've also got a preloaded interview with her on the landing page, so we can share that link here. And then next week is the last town hall of this series. It'll be number 8 out of 8. And it's also going to be the end of the doubling, at least the official end of the first phase of the doubling. What we've done, though, is we've added another step, a 31st doubling. And so now that we've got some new people coming in, we have to give them ramp up time to come up to speed and qualify for that last doubling. So we will be extending, but I don't know how much by now. And so that decision will be made this week, and we'll let you know next week. For the, let's see, ExO Economy Academy, we're putting together the next phase of, okay, now we've done the doublings and we've experimented and we've proven that doublings and exponential curves can be met. We've got actually 19 people who have qualified so far and more to come. And so what we want to do is take that into a new role for the economy, and that is to build an education system so that all these questions that keep coming up, not just troubleshooting, but questions about why this way, and why is decentralized finance the way to go, or how is that going to coexist with the current system and banking, et cetera. So we'll be putting those academy lessons into place. So we'll have beginner, intermediate, advanced, so that people can come up to speed a lot faster. Metrics, we're still measuring various properties across the OpenExO environment as well as the ExO economy, and just trying to find our best practices for measuring what matters. And we've done the mapping of the websites, and now we're going to be combining those and cross-promoting all of them. That's work in progress. We're working also with Novum and the PR group, and apparently this new marketing group. We keep getting new people on the go-to-market strategy for the new wallet and the new pairings and the liquidity event that's about to come. So in the next 2 weeks, we'll be hearing a whole lot more about that. And the brand assets are updated, so I will put them in chat here. That's for the ExO economy. And I also put OpenExO inside. So you guys have access to both branding assets at this point. And Angela specifically had been asking for such things. So if you read this or listen to this, Angela, they're right here. And I think that's it for me, unless you have questions.
Perfect. Just one comment from my side is, kudos to the team for that, for thinking up the 31st doubling, because it's been interesting to see within the OpenExO platform, people putting up marketplace opportunities, saying, here's an opportunity to earn 1,000 EXOs. And people are like going to essentially trying to, take, because they're going to earn 10,000 EXOs, 5,000 they're giving away to the people, to try and get them on. And there's I've seen 2 people that have done that. Which is really fantastic, right?
Super creative.
People getting creative, trying to drive more people. And I noticed the one post got like 15 responses of people saying, and what we will notice now, Nikki, is that people will wake up and realize it is 1 week to go.
That's right.
And now I need to get the job done.
Yep.
So, you know, in terms of what you said around extending, you know, yes, probably something we're going to need to do, but also we need to be careful because there are people going to be like, oh, you always extend. And so I always leave things to the last minute.
No, I can tell you right now, we will not continue to extend because we have other work to do. This whole liquidity pool is coming up and we need to focus on that. So we have to be done with the doubling pretty soon.
And for context as well, I think we had a discussion and it looks like there's a big Bitcoin conference in Miami as well as Dubai.
Yes.
And so the thinking we had is you're getting such good traction at the moment. And it feels like I think Kent and Salim are getting slightly overwhelmed by the traction as well. And Salim's been moving house at the same time, which crazily. But the never move house during a fundraise, that's definitely a lesson. But basically you've got a road show instead of just a conference, which I think it's just more buzz because he can go to Dubai, he can potentially meet big investors and like new community members from Dubai, and then come to Miami. And I think you want to close it off and sort of have ideally the launch on Uniswap and sort of coming to the Ethereum mainnet at a crescendo. So and like I think oddly in the COVID world we're at, like more than 10,000 people are going to this Miami conference, which is slightly insane, but apparently they do it like that in Miami.
Wow. Okay.
Awesome. So so perfect. We will head to Miami, I think. Najib.
Well, yeah, we are close by. We are not, but at least we are vaccinated.
Yeah.
We will try to see how we can manage that. But from my side, I hope that everyone had the opportunity to watch the video that we did from the presentation last Friday. We received an excellent feedback. Basically, it was more oriented to the user experience. That's great. We are working on those comments that actually the ones that Kevin did about those buttons, people not understanding that is tabs. And again, that is more focused not on the people that really know more about technology, but everyone. That's the purpose of that. We are waiting and working with Ray, the designer, to have some of the screenshots that they were pending on the wallet and the new theme. Actually, it's not for the wrapping of the token, moving to Ethereum is some other pages that we have there. He is supposedly to send that information today. Let's see, because we are quite tight on the schedule to just do the next 2 releases, and that is something that is there on the critical part. What is pending is, I don't know, maybe that will be coming from Uniki. Remember, one of the coming releases that we are going to have the button there what you say, wrapping, but it's going to be on this first release. The second release is going to be the links to the town halls, all of them, and that's when people start to be familiarized. The next one is the list of questions that we need, or we are going to have there on the information tab. That I think they will be coming from Aldin. Aldin is not here. Maybe someone can proxy to him, or I don't know, maybe he is not the person, but it's a list of the questions, educational questions, and how they are going to be linked or where they are going to be hosted, who will be doing that. I think that's very important that we pin a name, and that then is it doesn't take us by surprise that someone else was thinking that someone else will be doing it, but it's very important. That's one, because that's the next thing before that we go live with the entire wallet, and then time is clicking, and from now on in the morning is a blink on an eye, and what we need to just to be sure that someone is working on those 2 things.
Yeah, no, and Najib, we have a wider technical team call, which I think is in the schedule, Eric, every Thursday from now on, right? So I think that's vital that we're just keeping up the pace on that front. But Eric, is that every week, or is it just this Thursday?
We can do it every week, but I think these two I mentioned it last week, but important is that we don't wait until Thursday. We will be doing updates, but it's important that because what it could happen on Thursday is that person, whoever it is, only start to know they are going to lose another 3 days, and then it's tight.
And it's helpful for me to understand what questions you want answered, just because I didn't quite understand.
Oh, okay, then let me rephrase. On the video, and I recommend you guys to go there. The first tab is informational tab. It's like educational. What is all the questions? We post a template there, but it was just, this is someone that need to work on what the questions are going to be there and what are going to be the answer. The answers are not going to be there. It's a link, but it's from the education perspective. What are going to be those questions? Who will be doing questions and videos regarding, and because we will need those links. Basically, is that I don't know who is the person.
Essentially FAQs.
Yes.
And essentially FAQs on the Ethereum side, on the ExO side.
I will go beyond. I will go beyond Ethereum. I think Ethereum, and I don't know. And there is Kevin. What are those questions that people is asking? Doesn't we include those one on the FAQ?
Yeah, it sounds like that is a good job. Kevin, you probably got the best handle on what the community thinks, I'd say, right? So
we actually have a team working on FAQs as we speak. It's not as much on the Ethereum side. It's mostly on the ExO and OpenExO side. But yes, we've got a team working.
Yeah. So as Nikki said, that's to improve the current FAQs, which are under economy.openexo.com/FAQ. I mean, we currently have a bunch of FAQs, but they're mostly focusing on the token portal and then a bit around the wallets and ExOs in general, the economy in general.
Yeah, so, remember that these FAQ, those are welcome, more than welcome to what is there, but the focus is how, if people land in there, is how they are going to do, or what is wrapping, what is WXOs, all of those related with the gateway.
Yeah. But I think it might make sense after we've agreed on the entire sort of look of Chris's platform, if you think about it, because like we're going to need to add additional work until that platform is made and live, right? I don't think we want to do necessarily like the wrapped ExOs until you've got the platform. You don't want to drop out. We don't want it to be incomplete, basically. So I think let's.
The idea with this, Toby, and let me just extend it there. The idea is that people definitely later on, they will be getting engaged into the platform, and actually on the wallet is going to be this, consider this one education and a teaser, because people will go to that button and basically they're not going to see the rest of the wallet there, like how to move and do tokens. Is only educational to that. It could be any website where all this information is going to be. It's just
okay, just adding FAQs on moving stuff into the bridge, and here's how you download a MetaMask account.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah. That's it.
I think it's like a couple of paragraphs really, but yeah, great, fantastic. Well, I'll make sure we get that done.
Okay, good.
And Najib, what I do suggest is that, I mean, because in the wallet, right? I mean, you're going to have a button that's going to, just say click here for education, right? So you just need a link.
Yeah, only the links and links. So, and what are the questions? That's it.
Yeah. No, but so just on the link point of view, I mean, we can create that page already, right? So like today, we can create a economy.openexo.com/wexo or something, so that you have the link ready to go into the wallet. You know what the link's going to be, because we can then update that page periodically.
Let me
time, right?
The idea is not to be a single page, because the idea is what happens when you have 100 questions and you want only a specific answer, and you land in a page that it has all of them because it has a lot of content. That's one option. We are open. The only thing that we need is a specific link for people just to guide them hey, I want to just know a specific key, clear. It can be, like you say, one page and go specific to that page, a particular area, or can be multiple pages because you have multiple video, whatever. But we need lists and URLs to, to pin to that specific links.
Okay.
Yeah, and one more, and Kevin, one more addition. It's super easy to update the links, but if it was hard coded into the wallet, people would need to download and update the wallet. So
Exactly.
that's the last thing that we want to do. So probably the best solution is to make sure we have a list of short links, and then you can change the link behind the short link in case there are changes to URLs and addresses or slugs, or you add anchors to specific points in the website.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I mean, what you've said there, Michal, actually makes sense. Like we should just be using link.exos.2 links like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 10, and and those correlate to the different questions in the core wallets, and then those links can be changed to, as you've said, either completely different pages or just anchored points within pages. So yeah, cool. Okay.
Najib, when do you need that FAQ by the way? So
that link, if we can have it, has later next Monday, that would be awesome. We will have this week just to land the new release. What we need for this week is the list of links for the town halls, Nikki, because that's going to be the first release. Then after that is the release with the link for the FAQ.
Okay, cool. And briefly on the Thursday call, I think it's a job for Alden. I've removed you from our group, but I brought on board as well an ops person our side as well, just to make sure that everything gets picked up.
Yeah, the message here, Toby, is exactly that. I don't know if it's Alden or whoever, but it's important that that person raise their hand and say, yeah, it's me. Otherwise, everyone will hear like a pointing, like it's Chris, it's me, or Toby, or it's Nikki, and then at the end of the day, nobody's doing it.
Yeah, no, and I've also added in like someone our side who's like, she was actually running crypto at Deutsche Bank, and she's helping out on ops as well.
Okay,
so
good.
She's very good on that. Yeah, super excited.
Yeah, the idea, if we can have that one, we can at least person identify, start to work, and that's when they have some time to work on this, do some iteration internally, review it, and that's it. For the end of next week, we have everything totally nailed down. I think it's some time. The person will need some time just to do whatever they need. Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay, perfect. So
the last, not least, is we had the release 18 on last Friday. We are working with some people on that. It looks like this time more and more people is jumping into now. Remember, we are just going to approach to the 95% of the consensus and generate new blocks with the new wallet. We are close now. We are on a 91%. We are closing and closing. Means what it means with that is more people is really moving off from QT. We need that, because we need that people to start to participate in the coming weeks using the new wallet with the tokens. Then it's super important. And then the next release on Friday, it looks like more and more people start to use it on Windows. And then we are starting to see some issues there on Windows people. And basically, this is something that we are facing, and we are trying to figure out how to deal with the users. Is if the user has a recent computer, it would not have an issue. We already figured out. But most likely, all people that is bringing the issue is using Pentium computer that is like a 7, 8 years old. We are trying to see how to make it work, but it's like if you try to mine Bitcoin with even with a Core 7, no, you need at least 20 computers. But we don't want to diminish the effort that people is doing, but that's what we are facing: computers that are old, they don't have enough juice to do and deal with the wallet. But we are going to see how we can deal in these coming days with that.
Yeah. And Eric and Nikki as well, when do we want a cutoff point for the white paper, and who's on point for the light paper? So sorry if that's a difficult question, but I think we should just set a deadline and get this done, right? So I don't know.
Eric, are you on that documentation, or is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's me, right? So we got a couple of things going on, right? So Toby mentioned the Lightpaper, right? So we have a ticket in Asana to track that, and that is the community effort, right, Toby? That some of the members worldwide are helping us with that particular version, right?
Yeah, amazing. So is there a particular person managing the process as one individual? Because that might help make sure it gets done. I think it's really important, right? Because I think you'll find, sadly, the days of people wanting to read 70-page documents are not as like they once were. Having a 15 to 20-page summary of it will be vital.
Yeah. So I just posted in the chat a link directly from Google Docs to the Lightpaper, and Kent's request is to have everyone add feedback directly to the document. The other thing that, of course, everybody knows about, which I forgot to mention during my update, was, among other things, the business overview doc. And we are nearly finished with that. And I know, Toby, you're helping us with a little DeFi content, then a final editorial review for people who actually haven't seen or read it yet. And then we run it through a design team to just kind of pretty it up. And then we should be able to go with that published as version 3.0.
Yeah, no, and it reads very well. And is someone polishing it up into something looking like a proper professional document?
Yeah, that's part of the process.
Yeah, amazing. Cool. And when do you need the final feedback? Because I know that Alden's doing a diagram for our section.
On the Lightpaper.
On the white paper.
Right. So when you say white paper, you mean the business overview doc.
Overview doc. Sorry. Yeah, I'm used to feeling it.
Right. So I'd say, Toby, whenever you can get the DeFi content in there, we can get the editorial review done probably next week. We run it through the design team the week after. And then really end of this month seems achievable to get that up on the site as version 3.0. And then in terms of the Lightpaper, I don't believe any date's been set on that just yet.
Yeah, amazing. So on the white paper, I'm gonna suggest a Monday deadline to Alden, because he's doing a diagram and that kind of thing. And also we're gonna shut off in terms of the business overview document on Monday pretty much concretely. It's probably a good way to do it, right?
Sure.
Cool.
Okay, cool. We have just around 9 minutes to go. So if we can go via sticking your hand up, if you have something that you would like to share to the group with regards to your area. So we have Chris's hand was up, and then Angelo stuck his hand up.
Hey guys, to those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris Chisak. I started working with Open ExO community just recently, helping with the big movement to Ethereum. So at the moment, we're working really hard to create a web app to support staking of wrap tokens, as well as creating liquidity pools. We've already got an initial version of the web application that we're going to be sharing with the community very soon. But just wanted to provide a very quick update on the progress so far, and as soon as we got a complete version, everyone will be updated. Thank you.
Awesome, Chris. Great to hear. Looking forward to seeing how that looks and works and all of that. So thanks so much. Angelo.
Hello, team. Well, I would like to let you know that with the marketing and operational team, we are trying to solve the issue that people is trying to learn a little bit more about what is the Uniswap, what is the other content related to the crypto world. And we decided to start thinking about it in the way that we can provide kind of training, or we don't know yet how will be, but it's a kind of training inside the web page. But also we are trying to test an MVP as soon as possible inside the Discord. And basically we are going to be selecting the right info from who is involved in all the process. We know that is MetaMask involved. We know that is Uniswap involved. And also there is different level during that process. That's why also Nikki mentioned in her update that we are trying to figure it out in the way that will be an started, an intermediate, and advanced level. We don't know, I don't know, sorry, we don't have access to the Discord. Maybe Najib, you can provide us an input related to the way that we can add that kind of ExO Academy inside the Discord and use it as a recipe for putting all the link together and start training people who is not related to the crypto world, because we know there is several people inside the Telegram that know a lot of stuff related to the Ethereum and also blockchain and several stuff, but it's just a little percentage for all of the people who is already involved of the economy. And that's why we are going to provide that kind of academy, but it's a working process. We want to let you know now because your effort and your ideas are so important too.
Awesome, Angelo. So Najib, should Angelo be connecting with you with regards to that? I know that when it comes to our Discord admin, etc.
Yeah, if anyone need to be to the admin level to do that, Angelo, just let me know and I will add you there into the Discord admin level. If that's what is the need, just ping me and I'm more than happy to do it.
Angelo, it's as simple as Kevin was explaining before, to create a channel that can be used only for certain people, not for everybody. And then the people with access to that channel, you can paste the link, the videos, the material, everything that you need to that channel, and nobody else, people can go and read it, and nobody else can add stuff there. They have some other channels to ask questions, but that channel will be a specific channel for education. You can do one specific channel for key videos, whatever way we want to organize ourselves.
Yeah, that's the main idea. Well, I will be connecting with you, Najib.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
And cool. Kevin, if I can go quick.
Cesar.
So we have verbally, I'm trying to get it signed, but verbally we have confirmed a location for our ExO and Rutanio event on June 3rd, Thursday afternoon or evening. It's a satellite event of the Bitcoin conference that Toby mentioned early on. And the idea there, we've been brainstorming with some of the people in the team, and the idea is to invite the people, and for every participant going into the event, we are gonna put some ExOs into a bag that then is gonna go to some specific institutions here in Miami, and we are figuring out which institutions, if are gonna be ONG or it's gonna be early startups with the students. So we are figuring that part out, but that will be a proposal in Sway. But I just want you guys to be updated. The proposal is not there because I want to have the place secure inside it, not just verbally, but I will keep you updated.
Perfect, thanks, Cesar. Lisa, I see your hand there.
Yes, I just want to give a brief update. We had the successful live event last Thursday. I want to thank everyone who participated in either a session or coming on stage with Salim. I'm putting in the chat the link to the recordings of the main stage that Kevin parsed out and put there. They look great. So if anyone wants to see some of the content from previous events, it's there. Working on a scope with Salim and Peter on Friday, and just coming along the book. That's it.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Lisa. And for not super EXO economy related, but if you are wanting to hear what an EXO Sprint, a CEO of an EXO Sprint had to say, Paki from Interprotection, we've divided out his bits even further. So there's now 5 short videos, like 2 to 4 minutes long, of him, explaining why, what they got, how they were able to launch an insurance product in 72 hours that has now sold over 500,000 policies because they did the sprint, essentially. So pretty cool validation there from Paki. Anyone else who has anything to share in the last few minutes? Thank you, Vanessa. I see all your stats there in the chat in terms of the numbers on social media. Awesome. Thank you so much.
On those stats, and this is probably one of the things that we can sort of think about, is how do we rally around the 7,820 people and get them into those various different channels, kind of thing. And obviously everyone has their preference to which channel, but it'd be really nice if everyone was on one of their preferred channels, kind of thing. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, this is all EXO Economy channels. And we also have open EXO channels, which we don't actually share here on this call.
Okay, cool.
For example, like on LinkedIn, I mean, the open EXO channel is pretty much on par with our community, like 7,900 people, which is interesting. And at previous events, people did say LinkedIn was their preferred choice. Those are our community is a lot of consultants, a lot of business people. That generally is the channel of choice. But getting into Discord and Telegram is very techy for some people, but we still need to do it. So absolutely. So thanks everybody. Kent didn't make it. Hopefully he is alive. We'll see you all a bit later, 2 hours time for the town hall, as well as next week. I will post this up on what's that thing called? YouTube. Thanks everybody. We'll see you all soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, folks.
Bye.
Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers.
Bye. See you then.